Hello everyone, this is White One Auto checking back in again today, and what we got on the hoist is a 2004 Nissan Altima. It's got the V6 in it, 4-speed trans, and it's here for a transmission fluid leak. So you can see somebody has already tried poorly repairing the transmission lines because that's what they thought was leaking, and unfortunately in this case that is not it. So where our leak is coming from, it is coming from right here. You see right there at our cooler. So our nipple that's coming off of our cooler is coming out. Now we don't know if that happened because whoever was trying to put these coolant lines on did it, or it just failed. But it is bad. So the issue is we have to replace this cooler. But they don't make this cooler anymore. It is a discontinued part, and we're not able to find one available. So the only option we have is to put a new cooler on it. And the way we are going to do that is we're going to do what I believe the correct way is to do it. So instead of cobbling these lines together, we are going to take our transmission lines off. And you see, this is, that's one of the transmission lines right there with that banjo fitting on it. That's one. And this is another right here. So they make these aftermarket banjo fittings for like you to use AN line on. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna zoom in a little bit closer. So I'm going to remove this banjo fitting, see what size the thread pitch is for the bolt, and then hopefully they will make a banjo fitting that bolts to that has that same thread pitch. And if they do, we will be in business where I will take the fittings, some AN lines, and mount another cooler up here in this area so the customer can now drive their car again, and hopefully there's no damage done to the transmission from this fluid loss. Hopefully everything's okay. But we can only tell that after we fix the leak, because you got to have the correct and right amount of transmission fluid in here for the transmission to work correctly. So, like I said, our first step, we get that banjo fitting off and see what size that thread pitch is, and then get our parts ordered. Okay, so we have both of our banjo bolts out. I would advise you to take both of your fittings out of both sides of your transmission lines, because sometimes the lines are different size. It could take different fittings. If you don't have this style, you just need to make sure you're able to accurately connect inside your transmission. If you use quick disconnects, you can use quick disconnects. They make AN line adapters for that too. It's just, you just want to make sure that your connection is a nice solid connection. So, see how there is a copper O-ring on there? So our banjo fitting needs to have some type of O-ring for sealing too, and we need to match this thread pitch. So this, so let's just get a thread pitch gauge to tell. We'll grab a thread chaser to see what size it is. So we're using our thread chaser, and we see that these thread size are 14 by 1.5. Now I'm sure both of them are the same, but we're just gonna double check. So let's see, does it screw on this one too? It should. Oh, we're able to do that one-handed. That's great. So we know both of them are the same size, 14 by 1.5. So we need a banjo fitting that has a 14 by 1.5 bolt, and we'll take a 6 AN line, because that's what line size we are going to use for our transmission lines. And we'll get a cooler that has 6 AN fittings on it. So let's get this stuff ordered. Okay, so this is what we get. This is our part number to our banjo fitting. This is how it looks. Now, there's one thing I don't like. See how large that hole is? See how small that hole is? So I'm gonna take and open up this hole. Let's put this in our bridge port. So I'm going to enlarge that hole, and we should be able to enlarge that one too. so we can get some more flow through there and get it a little bit closer to that size. It's probably not going to be the same size as that, but that is what we have. And then this is the cooler that we're going to mount. It's already got our AN fittings on it. That's the part number for it. So you see all our part numbers. The only thing you'll have to do is enlarge this fitting diameter. So I'm going to double check and make sure they don't have one with a bigger opening, but I don't think that they do. So if they don't, we are just going to make this bigger on our Bridgeport. And yeah, so you got to make the custom even more custom. So let's get to it. Okay, so I found out that they do make a straight fitting at a 14.15 thread pitch that would have a 6 AN fitting coming out. So I ordered some of those because I don't like how small this is. And that would probably give me some better options on how I could do the lines too. So I'm still gonna chuck this up into Bridgeport and see how big we can get this opening to be. And so yeah, so we'll also have to wait on those other fittings. So I want to do that because this smaller size will increase pressure, and I'm more and I would rather have an increase of flow because this is going to the transmission. So this is our original banjo fitting, and the hole in there, see where it stops. So that size drill bit at 9/64. So we're gonna drill a hole in our new fitting. We're gonna see if we can step our way up to 9/64 so we can maintain that correct amount of flow. Okay, so we were able to take that 19/64 drill bit and drill it in there. We went 21 millimeters down from the top, and that puts us there. You can see there. So now you can just see how that's our hole size. So now on the side is that hole, and that is this drill bit size. If this is a 1/4 inch. So now what we're gonna do is drill this side hole a 1/4 inch. If we can get that accomplished, we will most likely use these fittings and not order the other ones, because that will give us the correct amount of flow. So we got to put this in the vise, and then we'll get that done. Okay, so our original hole in the banjo boat was not on a flat, so we could clamp it in the vise easily. So what we're gonna do is we got it in 2 flats clamped in, and we're just gonna make another hole. So we need to get this thing centered up and drill our 1/4 inch hole. Okay, so we got our hole made. You can see it fits through there. It's just like our hole in this one. Excuse me. So, we're good. So, like, that's what I was trying to show you before, is where that hole was already made. It was like on the point, so I couldn't grip it in my vise good. So we just decided to make another hole. And so I am happy with this. We just need to deburr it and clean it out. And this is what we're gonna use. So this won't restrict our fluid. It's very important to clean this out. This will be like cleaning out a crank. Making sure there are no small pieces of material left, and make sure that we remove all the burrs so we don't put any aluminum inside of our transmission fluid. So this will work. So now we only got to do one more, and we're good to go. Okay, so everybody, we got our car running. Let me see if you can. You see that belt spinning, you hear it. So those are our lines. That's our fitting at the transmission there. This is that fitting right there. So we're still gonna get some residual coming out of this old cooler in the radiator. There's really nothing we can do about that, but we're gonna clean it up real good and drive it and continue to clean up the bottom of the car. And we're not gonna remove this cooler because coolant lines go into it, and we don't want to reroute those. We don't want the customer to have to pay that expense. The problem was this section right here was leaking, and I didn't even want to pull that out because it's already cracked, but I don't want to damage if it goes to the point where the coolant is. So that's why that's still there. So we also got a line separator here. So our next job is to put our bumper on, drive this thing, but it is done. So we added AN lines with banjo fittings that we did have to modify the fitting on to increase the flow, but everything's all good now. Thank you all for following along. White One Auto, out. Okay, so we've driven this thing, we cleaned it out. I did have to break those two nipples off because I had to flush out this cooler. It was some old transmission fluid leaking out, and I'm not gonna send it out like that. So we've cleaned that up. We don't have any leaks coming. Yeah, so this thing is done, but you do need to either cap that off or flush it out because you don't want the fluid continuing to drip out and make the customer think you got a leak. So thank you all for following along. White One Auto, out.